Shalom, shalom, y'all shalom. Want to start off first things first. Give it all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which in the Paleo Hebrew tongue, is great name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your sister and brothers living this truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying, show themselves approved. Shalom. Come and talk to you today, something that is brewing up real quick, Yasharala. And what's happened is a lot of big money Edomites are now pulling their money out of Babylon the Great because they're getting ready to make a transition into a cashless society where the MOTB will be the primary means of making your transactions. And so what they're doing now is they're destroying the old system to usher in a new system, which is the B system. And you can clearly see the effects of it when you just look at everyday life. It's like, for example, I got this article pulled up of Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon, telling them, he told them back in 2018 that Amazon will fail. That's happening right now. And if he's the owner, he tell you it's going to fail. You best believe it's going to fail. Why? Because they're going to orchestrate things. They're going to do things to make sure it does fail because there's a bigger picture that's going on at display. They got to usher in a new system. So when you read this article, a lot of people think Amazon's too big to fail. The big retail giant. But I know people who work at Amazon, and they say it's slowing up. Amazon right now, the one in Tulsa, Tall 2, is getting ready to close up some shifts. They're getting ready to get rid of some shifts. Might not run 24 hours a day because I've been told the work is slowing up. So this Jeff Bezos, 2018, he said the mastermind behind Amazon.com Incorporated everything store told employees last week that the company will one day fail, according to an internal meeting heard by CNBC. So if your owner saying it's going to fail, he's going to make sure it fails because he has people above him, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, that tell him what to do. And when they get ready to bring this new system in, they're going to get rid of these stores. Because you're not going to be able to buy or sell, say you have the mark. And to do that, they got to consolidate the people's ability in order to get goods. That way you got to get it from them, the government and the military systems. So that means Amazon, Walmart, Targets, all of them going to close up. Target lose about $9 billion a day. Walmart talking about they losing money from theft, which that's a lie. So when you really look at it from a big perspective, Esau is really cashing out. Like you in a casino on a machine and it jackpotted, but you keep playing and it ain't hitting no more. What you do? You cash out and you go get your money or you go to another machine. That's what Esau's doing right now. And he's doing that because the Lord is making him do that. Because these devils, it's a big agenda that's taking hold right now. And these devils have to introduce a new system in order to extend their rulership, because the way they've been running it now, that's a broken system. Because the system they had in place, it really was built off the backs of Yashar Allah to go. And now we done got, where they got to pay us actual wages. So that system doesn't work anymore. And plus they let the elites, the Ish people, put a debt system on them, a system by usury, which they made a Federal Reserve in 1913. So they've been going in a hole ever since then. So they have to crush this old system and bring in a new system in order to keep their rulership going, which that's going to fail as well. So let's get to the scriptures, because this is all prophesied in the Bible that happened. You see it. Let's start with Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. These elites, they trembling, man. They shaking, man. They see the chariots coming. They know Yahweh Shah's on the way. They're scared. That's why they're making these moves. And there he goes and said, and the strong men shall bow themselves. Military, man, ain't looking too good. And the grinders cease. You got major layoffs happening at all these major tech giants and retail stores. Because there are few, and those who look out the windows be darkened. Esau don't see no future in Babylon the Great, America. They don't see it. They're crying, they're scared. Um, they just don't feel good to be here anymore. Now they're starting to see they don't have a future, man. They got lied to. The elites lied to the lower level Edomites, your working class, and now they see there is no American dream. And that's really, really going away at this time. Like I said, you got all these layoffs going on. Um, Inflation is going up. Jobs are leaving. World War III is about to kick up. You know, the elites like, I need money to fight that war, you know, so I'm going to take away from the people in order to put back on for what I need. These retail stores about to close up because they're going to turn into camps. Your Target, your Walmarts, even your Amazons, I see, are going to close up, turn into camps. So the grinding is coming to a cease. Oh, I found out about to consolidate the U.S. postal buildings. Some of the post offices about to close up, turn into camps as well. So you're going to see everything is coming to a close. The grind is coming to a cease. The jobs about to be few. Um, Inflation's about to be high. Like, we're coming into the beginning of economic woes. Like, they're gonna put people in a very hard position to where they're gonna scream for universal basic incomes. They're gonna scream for their MOTB because they're not gonna have anything in order to sustain the life they've been propped up. And then think about us low level people that been surviving paycheck to paycheck. Now envision the people that got like big stacks of money. They've been holding to their ear like a phone. They got millions of dollars. When they lose that and it turns into paper, and Esau makes the announcement that they will no longer accept, dollar bills or cash payments, man, them dudes gonna lose their mind because they done did all kinds of wickedness, all kinds of selling out to get that money. And then Esau gonna tell them that money is worthless now. You got to go to this. Everybody get a universal basic income. Man, that's to say, this thing gonna come in with a lot of bloodshed. Because the biggest way to create a bunch of turmoil and violence and confusion is play with people's money. Like, for instance, we're going through bank runs right now. Certain banks are going through what they call data processing, which we know that's really them getting ready to turn over to the CBDC, central bank digital currency. And when they do that process, you can't get your money at that time because they're, consolidating everything. And a lot of people can't even get their access to their money at this time because the banks are stalled out because they're doing the changeover. You've seen Bank of America go through it. Wells Fargo. The credit unions are now going through it. They're hitting the credit unions now, so they're making a transition, and that's gonna create a lot of panic, man. A lot of people might need to pay their rent, their car note, and then you can't access your money at that time. So if you ain't in the right spirit, man, you'll bug out. You'll bug out when that happens. So it's good that we know prophecy and know what's happening. So when it hit us, it won't be such a sucker punch. You're like, okay, I know what they doing. Okay, I got this in case of that. We got brothers. That's how we help each other out, and we're gonna make it through it. But for these people that got their hope all in the cash system, all in Babylon the Great, they about to be very surely disappointed, man. And that's their scripture at the end when it said they look out the windows be darkened. That's them looking out the windows and they don't see a future. They have no hope because they look at America as the end all be all. Like, we'll always be here. Esau gonna always rule. They can always go to McDonald's, get a McDouble, and really all this coming to a close. Let's say these fast food chains gonna close up in a minute because they can't pay their people. They trying to use automation to keep it going, but that's not gonna work. They're just gonna close everything up and make it where you got to come to them to get what you need. And that's the process that they're doing right now. So I'm going to switch gears real quick. Pretty much now I'm going to finish off this on Ecclesiastes 12 and 4 because there's a lot of prophecy in that as well, and that's happening. So check it out. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 4. And the door shall be shut in the streets. That's these stores closing up. Retail apocalypse. They are shutting up. Many stores is closing at an astronomical rate. I mean, all these stores about to go bankrupt. Amazon gonna go bankrupt, as you just heard from the owner, you know? And when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise with the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Woo, you hear that? Rise with the voice of the bird. I mean, ain't nobody gonna be working. You gonna hear the birds chirping at 4 or 5 in the morning, because you ain't got nothing to do. Everybody gonna be on a universal basic income. They're gonna get it to where nobody works. They're gonna make it seem real convenient. 15-minute cities. You have your device in your body, and you just get your daily, kind of like a welfare state. You get your daily income, your little credits or whatever they're gonna call it. You fed now, and you spend that in your little 15-minute city, and they're gonna control the population, and that's how Esau envisions to run his new system, man. No history, nobody. What's that? Your nationality? That's gonna be done away. It's gonna be a one world government, one world religion, one world currency. Everybody on the same thing. You know, everybody LGBT would be the leading, lifestyle, and that's how they want to run it. No, the city, the state, the government wants to control procreation. So they're gonna be in full control. And then it said the daughters of music should be brought low. That's why all the music nowadays coming out is trash. It's hot garbage because now it's more based on an agenda. People had more freedom back in the day, especially when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s. When you go further back in the 60s and 70s, like there was more creativity, more freedom. So the music was better. Now that since everything is getting controlled and an agenda, like these new artists, man, they are totally controlled, man. They can't make the music they want. They gotta make the music Esau say make. And he has an agenda with the music. And he wants the music to be garbage and dumbed down to make the public garbage and dumbed down. That way he can get his agenda across. Because Esau don't want intelligent Israelites. And Israelites is rolling the spirit. He don't want that. So he wants you dumbed down like a brute beast, shaking your dreads. Just going crazy, just listening to like Lizzo. That's when I see Lizzo, the music industry is over with. When you see artists like Lizzo, Kodak Black, and Lil Uzi Vert, it's over with, man. That type of stuff would have never passed during my era. So that scripture spot on when it said the daughters of music shall be brought low. Because music is like it plays to emotions. That's why I called it the daughters of music. Because it goes into really like females are really good at like dancing and things like that. So that's a precept that's also that prophecy is happening right in front of our eyes. Like I can't listen to this young stuff. This new stuff come out, rap, R&B, I can't even do it. It's garbage, man. I come from an era where there was better music, so I just listen to my era of music. It's made me go back. I've turned it to what my grandparents said. They said my music was garbage when I was coming up. Now I'm saying the same thing they saying. So music has been going down lower and lower. When you go to like groups like Earth, Wind, and Fire, like in the 60s and 70s, the Commodores and the Gap Band, like music done got worse. Most Jakes can't play no instrument no more. They just on a keyboard and making it all computer simulated stuff. So those prophecies, man, they going into play right now. So people can't say like that we gonna be okay and build back better. No, you're not. America is circling the drain. It's in, it's on life support. And the America people knew is about to go away, man. They're about to bring in a new beast system. And that's gonna be very short-lived. Very short-lived. Because Yabashah said he gonna rain down fire on their heads when they eat, the elites. When they think they done, oh yeah, we did Agenda 2030. We got the one world government going, we did it. Man, here come them nuclear missiles, man. Here come the church, here come Yahweh. And he gonna rain it on their head. Because this is a very futile attempt that Esau's making in order to stay in power. Because like Yahweh put bounds on Esau's rulership. He don't like Edomites. So they will not continue to rule past the time that he wants them to rule. And so this right here, this scripture is going into play too. See, this is going to lead into that chaos too. Order out of chaos. When the storage shelves ain't got no food in them and the food starts showing up, man, people going to start acting like brute beasts and they're going to start acting like animals. And you're going to see them turn on each other and it's going to be like straight martial law out in the streets, man. Chaos. And then they're gonna declare martial law, and they're gonna bring in the military, and it's really gonna be some chaos. So check it out. This second address, 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sowing places appear unsowing. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. That goes into these stores gonna close up. And then you think about it too, the sowing places, they're going to these banks. People are used to going to their bank and pulling their money out to pay their bills and get their food and things that they need. The bank's gonna close up. We're going through bank runs right now. That's gonna create chaos. That move right there gonna create chaos. And then you see like the Walmarts close up, the Targets, all the grocery stores close up. People gonna start seeing like the reality gonna hit them. Then the panic gonna set in because they ain't made preparations for this type of events to happen. They've been under the, they've been under the delusion that this place is gonna always continue the way it's been continuing. You hear a lot of Jake say they've been saying the end of the world ain't nothing happened yet. And I'm like, look at the moves that's happening, man. They 1-9 situation. You think they ain't gonna have big consequences? Is you crazy? You seeing these stores closing up? It's a lot of stores when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s that was around that's all out of business. Like you might as well, I might tell this lesson going out of business. Babylon the Great America's going out of business, man. They're selling. You call that a wholesale when a store's going out of business, a foreclosure sale? Man, they like everything must go. They selling everything. So these banks are about to close up. These grocery stores about to close up. So all the sewing places are gonna be per unsewing. And then like when you look at it, they've been carefully crafting this event for a long time. I remember back when I used to get paper checks. I didn't want no bank. I used to get paper checks, take it to Walmart, let them take their little $3, and bam, I ain't had to deal with no bank. And all of a sudden now, these jobs made it where you got to do a thing called direct deposit. They don't give out paper checks anymore. So we should have known that was the game way back then. Because I didn't want to have to deal with no bank. They forced that. And that's what they're going to try to do when it comes to that device, that MOTB. They're going to try to force it on you. But see, this time we got to draw the line. Like, nah, I ain't putting that device in my body. I ain't doing that one. Ain't that serious, man. I'm about to, put my faith in Yahweh Shah that he'll feed me. And so a lot of people like, test your faith. Oh, you believe in God? Quit your job right now. I'm like, I ain't got to quit my job right now, but there's going to be a point where I am going to have to quit my job and live by faith, but I'm not going to do it because you say do it. I'm going to do it when the Lord say do it. And then we know when the Lord's going to tell us to quit our jobs. When this devil said you got to take a MOTB to get in the building, we got work badges to get in the building. When he tells you got to have a device in your body to get in the building or to take an experimental thing to get in the building, that's when it's time to quit. So I got a quit date. When this devil forces me to do something I don't want to do, that's when it's time for me to start working for the devil. So we have a date to stop working. We know when that is. It ain't on, a non-believer's clock. It's on the clock of Yahweh Shah. He let me know the quit date. The day I quit working is the day they try to force that MOTB on me or, that one thing on me. And that's when it's time for me to turn my badge in and tell them, hey, man, I'm done. So it's going to come to a point we're going to have to live totally off of faith, man. Let the Lord, feeding us and giving us something to drink. We're going to have to all the way rely on faith. And then I'm going to end off this precept right here because it's a good precept to lean on when, we got to get out the system. Yeah, and this Isaiah, the 65th chapter, man. This is a good faith booster and something that all of us need to lock in our hearts, our minds, when the get down, when that hard push come, when they try to force that device on us. And this is Isaiah 65 and 13. And it reads, therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So the Lord said at a certain point, those of us that are serving the Lord, that he will feed us and he will give us something to drink when we need it. So what we got to do is believe on that. So when this devil like, take my device or else you going to starve or you ain't going to get nothing to drink, we got to be like, all right, whatever. I'm a servant of Yahweh Shah. He going to find me something to eat, something to drink. And he will. You might stumble across a doomsday prepper, some preparations he had put back, and all that is for you. Like you get help from. Ain't no telling where it's gonna come from, but you got to believe that you will be fed and you will have something to drink. And then he said that we'll rejoice, but they should be ashamed. So when it comes and they took the device, because Esau's still gonna do you dirty when you take the device, you still gonna get messed up as a Yasharala. Like they're gonna take the device. Esau might say, you know what, I'm cutting your thing off, man. We got too many numbers. I gotta cut the numbers off. Then they're gonna feel like a fool. Like, damn, I got the device in my head or my hand, and he's still doing me dirty. You know, they're gonna feel ashamed. And then the Lord ain't gonna come and help them on their behalf. You already bowed down to Esau and took what he had to offer. So the Lord, like, you didn't believe on me, so why should I take care of you? So you just gonna starve to death. As for us, the believers, hey, we serving the Lord. So when the devil tell us take this or else, we gonna get a middle finger to that devil. And then when the Lord shows himself by giving us something to eat and something to drink, when we like, man, we don't know where our next meal coming from. We ain't gonna know where it's coming from, and it hit us, man, we gonna rejoice. We're like, man, I served the Lord, and the Lord made good on that promise, and he feed me. I got something to drink. And these people took that device and they all messed up. I ain't take no device, and we gonna be eating better than them. They gonna be eating like roaches and crickets, bugs. This devil, I said, this devil about to do these people dirty. He about to get them like bugs to eat for getting that device. We gonna still be eating chicken, hamburgers. I ain't telling what we gonna be. We gonna be eating better than them. I'll tell you that. Something to drink, and we gonna rejoice. Why? Because we believed on Yahabashia Shai, and he took care of us. And like, ooh, hey, Yahshua, when I really think about the miracles the Lord gonna do for us, because he's gonna give, us brothers that spiritual power. And with that spiritual power, we're gonna take care of the whole nation. So we're gonna thrive during that time period when the 2/3 gonna be in a lot of trouble. Because we all gonna come together. We already coming together through this word now by, getting these breakdowns and whatnot. We really gonna come together when we get that spiritual power. Like one brother might get the power to create electricity. One brother might get the power to create fire. One brother might get the power to grow stuff instantly. And we're gonna come together with all those skills, and we're gonna thrive as a nation. And then like with that, we're gonna have defense. Brothers gonna have the power to do, battle axes. And we're gonna like, Esau, you better not come up over here. Are you gonna feel that wrath? And then like, the women and the children that are part of the hopeful leg are gonna be taken care of by those men who now have those spiritual abilities to take care of the nation. That's why I say, man, don't worry about what Esau doing, what he got going, man. As a nation, Yahushua is doing this thing perfectly. He's bringing us together, and we're gonna thrive. I said we're gonna rejoice, man. We're gonna be out there singing songs to Yahushua as we eating and taking care of. Man, we gonna have our, man, it's woo. Hey, this way better what I'm thinking of. Like, I'm just like speculating through the spirit how Yahushua gonna do this. But it's gonna be, man, it's gonna be so magnificent, Yasharala. How the Lord gonna take care of us through these troubling times. Cause I'm probably, I said I was gonna leave off with this, but I wanna is put something else in my head, in my spirit. Let's go to Jeremiah 30:7. Because he said something profound in that verse too. And it's this Jacob's trouble we got to go through. The Lord about to flex his power during Jacob's trouble, man. Like, we really about to see the fruits of our labor when all hell break loose. This is Jeremiah 30:7. And it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. You peep that last part, said, but he shall be saved out of it. And it goes to the hopeful elect, man, woman, and child. Because like I said, that standard gonna get lifted up. That spiritual power gonna be in the brothers. We all gonna get different abilities. We're gonna come together as a nation. And with those abilities, we're gonna be able to thrive as a nation. We're gonna have our defense set up, our food system set up, everything set up. Everything, the whole nation, the whole elect, the remnant are gonna be preserved through the power of Yahushua Shai. Because you got to flex. And this devil gonna be confounded. 2/3 gonna be confounded. Like, damn, I believed in the devil. Esau Edom, and he over here looking like, now I can't do what they doing over there. And then they're gonna be looking like, dang, I should have served the Lord like they served the Lord. That's when that shame gonna kick in on the 2/3. The That's that childish behavior. And I'm looking at them like, how can you believe in Esau after all the stuff he done did to us as a nation? You want to put your trust in that devil? You are surely, surely dumb. And then that foolishness is gonna bubble up when the device roll out and they still ain't doing good with the device in their body. So I just wanted to show this, like, the economic woes is about to shake people, man. Esau, the Lord tests people by fear. And if you don't know or got faith in Yahabashia Shai, you're gonna go get what Esau talking about. We ain't caught up in what Esau talking about. We looking to, work around this devil, go around him. He's in the way. We looking to Yahabashia Shai to take care of us, which he will. Which he will. All we gotta do is have faith and trust and believe in the process. The process is going in. Everything is happening according to our word. It's happening just like that. So I just want to put this out, to show a good watchman lesson, and to also give faith, to show, to boost the faith, to show you that, man, our Lord, he got us, Yasharallah. Like, he's gonna show that when he take away Esau's stability. In a minute we got to walk up out this system. Sooner or later we're gonna have to where we ain't living on the system. So with that being said, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah, DT Bob, Shalom.